Honest. It's loud and clear. Online stress, could you please confirm? Is my voice is loud and clear? Yeah, it is clear now, right? Done. Done, guys. So let's start the session. So in the last class, we are discussing about the core Python. And as a small recap, till now, whatever we have discussed, and I'm just writing in the notepad. And from there, we'll move on. Okay? Just so we have discussed till now one. Okay? So within the core Python, we have seen the introduction to Python. First, I have told you what are the advantages of Python and why we have to learn the Python. Okay. And majorly for data science or data analytics role, the programming language we are going to use is Python. Okay. Which will be helpful for you in the future for learning the ML and along with the AI. Okay. ML and AI also, it will be helpful. So in the market, multiple programming languages are there, but we'll choose the Python. The reason behind that is it is having the wide scope. Okay, with multiple applications. And in the future, you are going to enroll for maybe ML or AI course, or you might be learning. Of course, forget about the enrolling the course. You might be in the future, you might develop as AI into the products or anything. So AI will be helpful for you. So for that one also Python, right? And coming to the introduction to Python, and from there, we have seen the installation of Python. And while executing what are the various ways to execute the Python? In the various ways to execute Python, we have discussed with IDs, without IDs. What is without IDE is that Python command prompt and Python IDLE, whatever we are having, those are called as without IDLEs. With IDEs means like Spider, Jupyter Notebook, all this comes under with IDs, right? And what are the various ways we have seen? And from there, we have entered into the core Python. So core Python, whatever we are going to discuss is common for every student, every person who works on the Python, it is common. And from there, they are going to choose. Second step is as per the role. Some people who wants to become the Python developer, they have to learn the OOPS concept. Who wants to become the website designer, they have to learn the Django concepts. Or who wants to become the full stack developer, they have to know the connections between the front end and back end. And who wants to relate it to web, like web securities or cyber securities, they are going to learn the soft libraries related to that. So core Python is going to be common. And within the core Python, first we have started with the comments. What is meant by comments? How to write the comments. And second one is called as values. Values, it will be on the left side. Values will be on the right side. Variables will be on the left side. So within the variables, we are going to store the values. In which value you are going to store, which value you are going to not to store, means which one is useful for you, which we are going to use in the further, that one you are going to store. Which is not useful for you, that you don't need to store. Okay, which will be helpful for you, which will be value is useful for you, that value you are going to store inside the variables. And we have seen the rules for the variables. What are the rules for variable names? What are the various rules for variable names? Along, what are the rules for the values? Sir, what are the rules for the values? Rules for the values is nothing but simple. Numeric means directly you have to write the numeric. If it is non-numeric means inverted quotes. That is the only rule, nothing else. Non-numerical data you have to write in the quotes. Rules for values. What are the various rules for the values? And within the values, we are having the different types of values. Each different type of value only is called as data type. For one type of value, we are going to assign the one data type. We have seen what is int and what is meant by float and what is meant by complex and what is meant by boolean and strings. These five of them are called as fundamental data types because they are going to store the single value inside the object, right? And majorly we are going to use the int and float, neither complex. We are not going to use the complex. Majorly we'll focus on the int, float, boolean and string. So these are the 4 data types where they are going to store the single value inside the object. And how to create the object? How to create the object means I already told you how to create the object by using the assignment operator. What is meant by assignment operator? Assignment operator means nothing but equal to, by using the equal to. So left side you are going to write the variable name. Left side you have to write the variable name and right side you have to write the value. Like this you are going to assign the value to a object. Okay. Now, so what are the value you are writing? That value will be stored inside the object by giving the variable name, right? And from there we have move on to the how to delete the objects. Okay, before deleting the objects, how to assign one value to one variable. How to assign one value, how to assign one value to one variable. How to assign one value to one variable, that is example we have seen x is equal to 20. This is one value to one variable. Now similarly we have learned how to assign the multiple values to one variable. How to assign multiple values. How to assign the multiple values to one variable, that is x is equal to 20 comma 30 comma 40. So you are assigning the multiple values to a single variable where it is going to store in the advanced data type, which is nothing but tuple. Next, we have discussed how to store the multiple values, how to store in terms of multiple values to multiple variables. So to multiple variables, how we can store the multiple values to multiple variables, and we have seen the example like this. Example is x comma y comma z is equal to 20 comma 30 comma 40. So it is going to assign the multiple values to multiple variables at a time. This is one example, and second example in the same way we have taken x is equal to y is equal to z is equal to 20. So in this both the examples, it is going to assign the multiple values. There above different values, here same value. Okay. So like this we have seen the how to assign the multiple values to multiple variables. Similarly, how to assign the multiple values, or I mean one value to multiple variables means this one. How to assign one value to multiple variables. Assign multiple one value to multiple variables. This is the example where you are having the example like this. So these are the concepts which we have discussed, and for this I have uploaded in the core Python in the Google Drive, within the Google Drive core Python folder. In the core Python folder you can find first one called as variables. In that you can find the entire notes of all these examples. Whatever we have discussed in the class, complete notes is available there, right? And similarly we have discussed how to delete a single variable, how to delete a single variable, how to delete a multiple variables, multiple variables. Now sir, how to delete a single value, sir? There is no concept of deleting a single value. Why? Because the reason behind that is very simple. So here what are the value you are going to assign? Whatever the value you are going to assign, for example you have assigned 20 with x. I want to delete a single variable. Variable deletion means this one. This is deleted means automatically object is also deleted, because without that one how you can call that value? For example, this name is not there. It was still stored in the RAM. What is the use? Tell me what is one use for that? So there will be no use. Unnecessary, it will waste the RAM memory. So without name, there is no use. Similarly, name is there, value is not there. Name is there, value is there. Now, what is the use of calling that value? So both of them will not have the use. So once you have deleted a value means automatically variable name will be deleted. Deleted variable means value is deleted. For fundamental data types, these are all applicable for the fundamental data types. For advanced data types, multiple values are there. So that concept is entirely different. These are all called as fundamental data types. Okay. And this you are having in the PDF called as variables.pdf. Next, we have seen the how to print the value, a single value, how to print the variables. Next concept we have discussed about the print, where print is called as, what are the print is there? The print concept is called as output in Python. Output in Python you are going to see by using the print. Output in Python is called as print. Now, so we can print the single value, you can print the multiple values. Similarly, you can print the single variable, you can print the multiple variables. By default, when you are trying to print the multiple variables, you can print the single variable or you can print the multiple variables. When you are trying to print the multiple variables, by default, it is going to take the separator. When you are trying to print the multiple variables, by default, separator is space. That is default. If you want to change to comma or if you want to keep colon, that is your choice. What is meant by separator? Separator means value between, separator means between two values. What should be between two values? Between two values or two variables, in between something will be there, na? That one. The gap between two values. Sir, I don't want gap only, sir. I want everything to be attached. Then separator, you don't write anything. Then automatically everything will be attached. If you write space means Shiva space, Rama space, Krishna. I don't want space between them. Shiva, Rama, Krishna I want. But I don't want the space. Then what I have to do? Print Shiva, Rama, Krishna. So here I'm taking the example like this. Print. First value is Shiva. Second value is Rama. And third value is Krishna. So you are having the three values like this. Now between the three values, you want the space or you don't want the space. You want the space between the values means take the space. If you don't write the space also, it will take automatically. By default, it will take the space. Particularly, you don't want the space. You want the commas. Then in that case, you are going to write the commas like this. Print separator along with the separator is equal to comma. You have to write like this. You want them in the next line. Then you have to write in the /n. You want the tab space /t tab space. Okay. Now like this, you are going to take the separators. What are the separator you are interested? By default, it will take the space. And this is about the output in Python. Next, after this output in the Python, next concept we have discussed is called as data types. In detail of data types, whereas this one is available within the core Python. Second one, your second PDF is there. The PDF name is called as 2.print.pdf. That is the PDF which was uploaded in your core Python folder for your practice purpose with multiple examples. Okay. Now coming to the third one, that is we have discussed about the data types, in detail of data types. Now in the previous class, I have discussed list, tuple, something like this. But don't worry, we are going to discuss each of them detailedly. List was not just, it is a square bracket. Just I want to tell you, when you are having the multiple values, you can store the multiple values within a single object by using the list or tuple. I want to convey that one, but I have not entered into the concepts of list and tuple. We'll discuss each one detailedly, one by one. Now, what are the data types we are having? What are the different data types means? First data type is called as int. where it is a numerical value, a single numerical value. It is not multiple, single numerical value. Value means what? Right side, whatever you write is called as a single numerical value without decimal is considered as, without any kind of decimal is considered as integers, right? Second one is float. Again, a single numerical value with decimal. A single numerical value with decimal is considered as float. And next, bool. What is boolean means? Where you are having the value as true or false. Okay, if the value is either true or false, what is value? Whatever you are writing on the right side is considered as value. Okay, now, so right side, whatever you are writing, they are called as values. According to the values, data types will be selected in Python. Selecting the data types in Python, automatically selecting data types, okay, based on value, selecting the data types automatically, based on the value is called as dynamic programming. This concept only is called as dynamic programming. In the interview, they'll ask the question, what is meant by dynamic programming? So it is called as dynamic programming. What is the difference between a dynamic programming versus non-dynamic programming? What is the difference means? In dynamic programming, like Python, we are going to write here x is equal to 20. After writing the x is equal to 20, what is the type of x? It is a int type. But other programming languages, what is the difference means? In other programming languages, like non-dynamic programming languages, you have to write the data type first, after that variable, and then you have to assign the value. This is non-dynamic programming languages. In non-dynamic programming languages, we have to do like this. This is dynamic programming. This is non-dynamic programming. It will take automatically. You are not going to give anything by any data type in the starting. Okay, that is the advantage. Finally, both are int only. That one also int only, this one also int only. Type function, if you ask int only, answer is int only, but it will take automatically, right? This concept is called as dynamic programming. And second concept is called as functional programming. If within the function, if one more function executes, executed, it is called as functional programming. It is called as functional programming. Okay, so clearly make a note. This example is for dynamic programming languages. This is dynamic programming. This is non-dynamic programming. Other programming languages other than dynamic programming. Right? Now, within the function, if one more function is executed, it is called as functional programming. What is meant by this? Example, I'm printing. Print is the function, as everyone knows. How you know? Because we have completed that one before to this. After completing print only, we have came to this stage. So print is a function. I told you, print a function. What it will print? Inside that value or whatever you write, it will print. Now inside that, what I'm writing is, if I write 12, it will print that 12. If I write x, what are the values inside the variable x? It is going to print that one. Now if I write here, what is the type of x? See, again within the this one only function. Basically this is function. Print is the function. Inside the function, what I'm writing? Instead of writing the value or instead of writing the variable, I'm writing what? One more function. What is that function? Type of x is the one more function. Now what it is going to do? First, the inner bracket will be executed. What is inner bracket in this x? First, it will call the x value. What is x value? It will check first. If x only not there, it will throw the name error. X is not defined. Which one it will start? Directly it will start from here? No. First inner bracket. Inner bracket is executed. That is x. It will call the x value. What is the x value? It will check the x value. For example, x is equal to 20. Now first it will check what is the x value. What is the type? It will apply the type function over that. What is the type function? It is a int type. Int will be printed. So from like this concept is called as functional programming. Within the function, one more function will be executed. Okay. So Python is a dynamic programming language and Python is a functional programming language. When you are having the multiple brackets, the inner bracket will be executed first. Write that one also. When we have multiple brackets. When you will have the multiple brackets means when you are having the multiple functions only, multiple brackets will be there. Otherwise, multiple brackets will not be there. When we have multiple brackets, when we have multiple functions in a single line, in single code, in single line code, first inner function will be executed first. First inner function will be executed. Okay, when you are having the multiple functions like this, in that case, first inner function will be executed. Right? And this concept is called as functional programming. Now, similarly, whenever you are having the assignment operator, for example, x is equal to 20, you are writing x is equal to x plus 10. Now, what is the meaning of this? 20 is equal to 20 plus 10. Huh? No. First right side part will be executed. Whenever there is an assignment operator, first right side part will be executed, followed by left side. In the right side, plus symbol is there, a minus symbol is there, that one is there, this one is there, functional programming is there, anything. Whatever is on the right side, first it will complete the right side part. After completing the entire right side part, finally you will get one value. Na? That value will be stored in the variable. Till that, it will not store. For example, you are having this one, x plus 10. Okay. This you are writing in terms of type. Okay. Type function, or you are taking like multiple functions are there. Let us take like this example. Of course, as of now, you don't know this one. Just I'm trying to explain with a small example. So first line is x is equal to 20. Second line, something is there on the right side. What is this? Okay. Now, since we are having the multiple functions, which function will be executed first? Inner bracket, that is x plus 10. That is 20 plus 10. What is 20 plus 10 means 30. First, this part will be completed. Now, this entire part will be replaced with the 30. So now it is going to execute again inner bracket. What is inner bracket now? Float of 30. So it is going to convert this int value into the float. So what is the value means 30.0. Now again inner bracket will be executed first. What is that? Bool. Bool means it will give either true or false. If any value is there, it will give as true. If none of the value is there, false. String of true. And what is the string of true means? Answer you are going to get true like this. This is the output final. And that value will be stored in the X. Okay. So simple point is, as of now, you have to understand only simple point. I have not even explained this part. So just ignore. Only one thing is, when you are having the is equal to symbol, first right side part will be executed, followed by left side part. That is simple. When you have is equal to, when you have the is equal to, first right side will be executed, right side will be executed, followed by left side, followed by assigned to the variable, followed by it will assign value, it will assign value to left side variable. What are the left side variable you are having now? For that, it is going to finally assign. After completing everything, finally it will assign. Last. Okay. Only value will be assigned to the variable. Only values can be assigned to variable, not the printed one to a variable. Print of Siva. Print of Siva can I store in the X miss? No. That is printed. Value are printing now. See here, print of Siva. Print of Siva. Now in this, which is value, which is function? Print is a function. What is value? Siva is a value. Value you can store in a variable, not the print one. Value. Finally, you have to get the value. The value you can store. For example, if you write X is equal to this one, it is printed already. Printed one, Y or again, how you can store? For example, if you are having the ink with you, okay, some ink is there. Okay, let us take some example like this. Ink bottle is there, some ink is there. That ink you are going to store inside the bottle. Using that ink, already you have printed something. Or you have written on the paper something. Now you are asking to save this values means how we can store. Paper we can store, but not internally values now. Is the point is clear? One more time. I'm saying that there is a ink is available. Now if you have to store the ink means, if you give directly the ink, I will store inside the bottle. But the same ink you have given on a paper, you already written on a paper, and you are asking now, store that ink. You are not asking to store the paper. You are asking what? Store the ink. From where I have to store? Directly if you give the ink means, I will store inside the bottle. You have already written. Using that ink, already you have written. On a paper you have already written and everything was completed. Now you are asking to store the ink. Okay. So this is not possible. Printing cannot be stored. Okay. Value only can be stored. Only values can be assigned to the variable, not the print. Print cannot be assigned to a variable. Print in black clearly write. Print cannot be. Print value cannot be. Can't be assigned to variable. Right? Only values can be assigned to a variable, not the printed values. After printing the value, now I want to store that value means that is not possible. First to store, later you print. If required means, for example, something you are creating, after writing everything, now first you store that one on the left side variable, followed by in the next line you write the print of X. First right side part, everything will be executed, whatever is there, and finally it will store in the X and it will be printed. No need to store in the variable means directly print here only. So everything will be printed. It will execute as a functional programming simply. In that case, storing will not be there. Print is there means storing will not be there. Storing is there means print will not be there. Any one only will be there. Simple point. Is the point is clear, guys? Now, next one is, what are the value you have assigned? Now, next concept we are going to discuss is called as typecasting. Typecasting. Now, what is meant by typecasting? Converting from one data type to another data type is called as typecasting. One to another data type. So when you try to convert, if it is possible, if it is possible, if conversion is possible, if it is means if conversion is possible, if conversion is possible, it will convert, it will convert. If conversion is not possible, when you try to convert, when you try to convert, and if conversion is not possible, it will throw error called as type error, throw error. For example, if you ask 20 to convert as a float, 20.0, it will be converted, not a problem. If you ask same Siva to convert as a float, it will throw the error. Sir, we are having ANSI, no sir. For example, Siva is there, ANSI is there now. ANSI keywords are there, right? Now, if you are using ANSI like this, now for Siva you'll use like this. S letter will have one number, I will have one number, V will have one number, A will have one number. For dot, for question mark, for at the rate of, for the number 2. So string means it is a combination of everything now. It can be anything, right? Inside the string, only text only not possible now. Inside the string, you can write Siva dot 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 1 2 space 3 4 at the rate of 5. Can't you write like this within the string? You can even write. Is the point is clear? So simply it will throw the error. Wherever it is not possible, it will throw the error. What is that error is called as type error. It cannot be converted from this data type to that data type. Right? So let us try with an examples. Now, what are we are discussing now? That is fundamental data types. What are the different fundamental data types? Means int, float, string, and bool. These 4 of them are called as fundamental data types. And along with these 4 of them are, why they are called as fundamental data types? Because they can store only one value. The reason behind that is they can store only one value. They cannot store the multiple values. And all the fundamental data types are immutable. Immutable means once you assign, you can't modify within that. Internally, you can't do the modification. Outside, you can delete, but internally, values cannot be modified. Okay, outside can be deleted, outside you can do anything, but internal modification cannot be done. Okay, so strings are non-numerical data, a single non-numerical data. Single, not multiple, single non-numeric data is considered as string. Sir, here for example, Siva is there. Siva, Rama, Krishna. Now it is a string, whether it is multiple values, a single value or multiple values. That will be decided based on your quotes. For example, you have given the first quote and ending quote like this. This will be considered as single only. But instead of this, you have given the same quote here. Then in that case, it will be considered as multiple. Single quotes closed with one quote and open with one quote means single only. But you are using like this means it will be considered as multiple values. Okay. X is equal to, if you are writing like this, X is equal to, then it is right side multiple values. X is equal to, same this one only, Sivaram Krishna. Okay. But instead of this one, you are having like this, Siva space, Rama space, Krishna. Now this is single value. This is multiple values. This is single value. Python will understand in that way. So for example, if I take for this one as single and after that I have not given anything, sir, it will throw the syntax error. You are not following the Python rule. You are following your rule. As per the Python, single value means you have to write like this. Multiple values means you have to write like this. You can't create a new rule. Sir, why I can't create a new rule? Any rule you can create. For example, in English language is there. English language can't we create a new rules means? Yes, we can create. But whatever we have created, others also should know now. Then only whatever we are speaking, others will understand. I have created one new word, but that new word is not there in the world only. Then what others will say? Arey, what you are speaking, Ra? If others also knows that word, then what they'll say? They'll give the response to that. Similarly, Python also same. This is also a language. So if you are following the rule means the Python will understand, it will give the output. If you write a new things means Python will not understand, it will say what is this? What is this only is called as syntax error. Okay, you are not following the Python rule. Can't we create a new language and can't we discuss each other miss? Whatever the language I have created, I only will understand. When I teach others, when they also know my language, then we both can discuss each other. Other person don't know my language, then how he'll understand? Assume you only created one own language, your name language, but others don't know that language only is there. Then can you do the communication? Whether you will understand or not, miss, you will understand because you only created now. For example, here Shiva. After Shiva, if I write Kama like this, from my perspective, this is Shiva. That is Ramakrishna is one word. Who will understand? I will understand. Who created? I have created. But Python will not understand because why? I have not teach the Python my language now. Okay. So when you teach others your language, then they'll understand and you both can have the communication. When you only know one language, others don't know one language, miss, others has to see your face. They can't do anything else. Right? Is the points are clear? So don't try to create the things. This is already created language, just we are going to use. So many people will think that English language, for example, communication skills they want to learn. English language, we are not creating the English language. We are utilizing the English language application. We are using the, what are the English words are there or what are the English sentences are there. We are using them. What is that application is called as communication skills. That is application. We are not creating. The people who are using the programming language, they'll think that they are creating the programs, they are writing the something. It is not creating, it is application. Your projects are all the applications of the Python. None of them is creation. Creation has to be done means you have to be in the Python community and whatever you have created, you have to share to the Python community. Then Python community, what they'll do means they are going to add that one in the next version. And once they add in the next version, other people also will learn that one and then they can use that. From then onwards, others will also understand. Is the point is clear? For example, ChatGPT was created, but they have not explained to others that how to use the ChatGPT. Then how others will understand? How others will use that one? They created. Only those people know now. They have to explain to others also, right? Use like this, right here something like this, then you'll get the output like this. They have to explain to others. Is the points are clear? Now, coming back to this next concept is called as typecasting. What is meant by typecasting? Typecasting means in terms of converting from one data type to another data type. So let us see some examples and what is the use of this. That one also we'll see at the end. Okay. So now let's start with the one example. First, let us take the int. X is equal to 20. Already you know. What is this called as? Jupyter Notebook. Okay, you can use in the Spider or you can write in the Jupyter Notebook, whichever you are feeling easy. Choice is yours. Because answers will be the same. Sir, till yesterday you have worked on the Spider. No, sir. Suddenly you are coming in the Jupyter Notebook. You do the same program in the Spider. What are you saying? The same thing. Right? So now X is equal to 20. Now after writing X is equal to 20, it is already in the int type. Now let us convert it to the remaining 4 data types. What are the 4 data types we are having? Miss, first one is int only. Already it is in the int. Int in the int again conversion, there will be no use. If you write also, you'll get the same answer, but there will be no use. Already it is in the int format only. Int again, int of 20. Next, float. Float of 20. What is float of 20 means? It is going to give 20.0. A numerical value with decimal. So 20.0. Next, bool of 20. I mean, bool of x. If you write x means, it will collect the value of x. What is inside the x? If you write directly the value means it will take the value. If you write like this also, indirectly it is taking the value only. So if you write float of x also, in the back end what happens means it is going to execute float of 20 only. Float of x or float of 20 both are same, because when you write the variable, first it has to collect the value, because value only will be converted, variable will not be converted, right? So bool of x means first it will collect the value of x. What is the value of x means 20. Bool of 20 is true. Other than 0, anything is true only. Only 0 is considered as false. Only 0. Sir, what about the, for example, x is equal to 25.2. What about the bool of x? True only. So minus 25. Bool only. Sir, minus 25, some big number. Bool only. Anything from minus infinity to plus infinity, select anything. It is going to give the output as true only. For which one it will give the false miss? Only for the 0. In the numeric, it will give only for the 0. Even, sir, for example, 0.001, then it is true only. Other than 0, anything is true only. Only 0 is false. Only 0 is false, right? Now coming to the, within the numeric, okay, within the text, that is strings, what are the strings you are having? In the strings, only an empty string is considered as false. Inside the string, at least one character is there also. One character, that one character might be space, even space character also. One character is there means true. Without any character, a string with no characters, 0 characters, is considered as false, because it gives the output as 0. 0 characters. So it, in that case only it is going to give the false. Okay, is the point is clear? So bool of x, what is the bool of x means? X is equal to 20. What is the bool of x? It is true. Now, next we are having the string str of x. First it will, what is the value of x? 20. For 20 str, what is str means? String. String 20 means it will add the quotes. Just it will add the quotes. What is the difference between this one versus this one means? It is into 20. This is string 20. This is float 20. Data type wise different. Okay. Is the points are clear, guys? Now, similarly, x is equal to or y is equal, let's try with float values, that is 24.12. Okay, 24.12 is the y. Now first let us start with the int of y. What is int of y means? It gives the integer value, float will be deleted. What is the float means? 0.12 will be selected, separated. Sir, it is making round figure? No. Even if you are having here 24.95, what is the answer? What is the int of y? It is 24 only. It is not making the round figure. Sir, whichever the value is more than 0.5, for example, any value more than 24.5, it has to be converted to 25 now, sir. That is called as round function. That is different function. Round of y. What is the round of y means? You are going to get the 25. That is round figure. That is a different function. Int function means it will remove the decimal values. It will simply remove the decimal values. If you take 24.1 also, it will remove the decimal values. If you take 24.9 also, it will remove the decimal values. Decimal value, after removing the decimal value, what are the balance is there? That will be considered as int. Now, float of y. What is float of y? Or it is in the float only now. Float of y means no change will be there. As it is, same answer will be there. Now, what is bool of y? Anyone? Bool of y. It is true. It is true because something value is there other than 0. Next, string of y. What is string of y? 24.9. It will be converted to string, that by adding the quotes. Just by adding the quotes. Sir, when we are practicing, practice with one positive number. Similarly, you practice with one negative number also. One positive number, one negative number, one 0. 3 things you have to practice when it comes to the numerical values. Okay, so minus. Now, if I convert this one to int, what is the answer? It is minus 24. Now, float. What is the float of y now? It is minus 24.9. What is the float of this? Asterisk. It is already in the float, so asterisk will be there. Bool of minus 24.9. What is the value? True. String of minus 24.9. Just it will add the quotes to that. Everything is clear? Next, come to the 0. Third example, you have to try with the 0. Now, int of 0, I mean 0 0.0. 0 0.0. What is int of y now? Int of y is only 0. Float of y is 0 0.0. Already it is in the float. No more changes. Bool. What is the bool of 0 0.0? False. String of y. It is going to add the quotes. Quotes of 0 0.0. Now within this string, total how many characters are there, guys? 3 characters are there. 0, dot is 1 character, again 0. Total 3 characters are there. Is the point is clear? Now, let's try with the next example called as x is equal to true. Okay, this is the example, and let us convert the now boolean to int, boolean to float, boolean to string, everything. Okay, now int of z. What is int of z? What is int of z, guys? It is going to give the output as whenever you convert a boolean to int, okay, true will be converted as 1, false will be converted as 0. When you convert any boolean, write in the notes, when you convert boolean to int, true will be converted as 1, false will be converted as 0. False will be converted as 0. True will be converted as 1. Now, guys, what I'm writing in the notepad, you have to write in the notes. Don't expect the notepad in the Google Drive. What are the notepad I'm writing here? You have to write in the notes. Sir, why sir? This one also you can share directly in the Google Drive means. Now what happens if I share everything, whatever I'm typing, this one also means. Some offline students, they'll not even bring the notes also, because sir only will share everything now. Running notes only he will only share, writing also he will only share, everything he will only share. Then why we have to write? Simply they'll see my face. Online students also, they'll do the same. Simply they'll keep the earphones and they'll do their work, and they'll not concentrate or they'll not write the notes. Once they'll get the feeling that without writing the notes, next day, today it will be enjoying only. Online students who are keeping the earphones and they are not writing the notes and they are doing other works now, and simultaneously they are listening now, they will feel easy only as of now. Okay, Datti festival will be after 2 days. Okay, after 2 or 3 days, they'll be getting confused. Sir, sorry sir, I have forgot that one. How many things you can store in the brain like that without writing? Just by listening, how much amount you can store into your brain? Somewhere one point will come. What is that point is called as? Sorry sir, I have forgot. I don't remember. All these things. A person is saying that I have forgot, I have not remember means the reason behind that is he has not written the notes. Right? Sir, how you are concluding like that? You are saying first time, I am saying for multiple batches within the Python. This is a programming language, na? This is not like other language, English language or Telugu language, na? So when you don't practice programming language in that way, what happens at the end is this is the one. Okay, right? Sir, I think you are saying not correctly, sir. Give a try. Don't write the running notes for next to 2-3 days. Thursday, again in the same class, we'll discuss each other. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. These 3 days, don't write the running notes. Okay? Don't write anything. Don't write the running notes. After the class, don't go to the lab and practice. Don't do anything. Just come and sit and see my face or board or something. And Thursday, we'll discuss. Slightly, what I'm saying to you now, it will be like Kannada movie. Something you are understanding, but not clear. Continue the same for next 3-4 days also. Means from now till the next 10 days. Today's date is 17th, 27th. Till 27th, don't write the running notes or don't practice anything. On that day, directly you see Korea movie only in the class. If you want, give a try. Give a try. On 27th, if you don't practice properly, on 27th, what happens? We'll discuss now. I'll be here only, right? Directly you see the Korea movie in the class. Sir, what is Korea movie? Something will go. Nothing will be there. We'll see like that. Movie will be running. For what purpose it will go, we don't know. What happening also we will not understand. Simply we'll see. Time pass. Right? Just give a try. What I am saying, if we feel that it is a false, give a try. On 27th, again, we'll discuss. Right? So, my point is very simple, guys. Properly write the notes and properly prepare. Then only the subject will be easy. Just by listening, you will never get the programming languages. Right? Done. Next, coming to this true. So, when you try to convert a true to int, it is going to give the output as 1. Similarly, when you try to convert to float, what is float of true is 1.0, because I want the output as float now. So 1.0. Now, what is the bool of Z? What is the bool of Z? What is the bool of Z? Means already it is in the bool type only. Again, if you convert to bool also, answer will be the same. There will be no difference. Right? Next, string of Z. What is string of Z? Just it will add the quotes to that. Inverted quotes. Is the point is clear? Everyone? Next, similarly, you try for the false. True you have completed now. Now you try for the false. Int of false is 1, 0. Int of false is 0. Float of false 0.0. Bool of false already is in the bool only. Bool, again answer will be the same. String of false, just you will add the quotes to that. Inverted quotes. So a int can be converted to remaining 3 data types. A float can be converted to remaining 3 data types. Boolean also can be converted to remaining 3 data types. Now let us go with the strings. Now this point only is important. This is more important. Till now there is no problem. Simply everything was completed as simple as like that. Now here we are going to discuss a string without numerical values, a string with only numerical values. What is the difference between this one? S is equal to I is equal to. What is the difference? I is equal to 1, 2, 3. S is equal to inverted quotes of 1, 2, 3. What is the difference between these two? One is int, one is string. How to check that one? Type of I. If you ask what is the type of I, it is going to give the int, and what is the type of S means it is going to give the string. That is the difference between these two. Now, my point is, what are the S is then? I want to convert the int of S. Now, what is S? First, string of 1, 2, 3. String of 1, 2, 3 can be converted to 1, 2, 3 means yes, just by removing the inverted quotes. It is possible. So it is going to be converted. Now, float of S, it is going to take 123.0. Next, bool of S, anything other than empty string, anything is true only now. So it is true. String of S, it is already in the string. If I again convert to string also, there will be no difference. Right? Now, this is when you are having the int in the string, only the numbers are there. Now, the same string, let us try with one more example. String consists of 123.0. Dot is there. Okay. Now, first, this one, how we are going to spell means it is not 123.0. How we have to spell this one? 123.0. Okay, because it is a string type. Now, if you convert this one to int, now it is going to throw the error. Why? Because 1 can be converted, 2 can be converted, 3 can be converted. How I can convert a dot? It is going to throw the error. So now see, here it is not throwing. A string can be converted to int or not? This is the question. A string can be converted to int or not? Answer is, what is the answer? It is both yes and no. When it consists of only the numerical characters without any other special character, it can be converted to int. If one special character is there also, it cannot be converted. That one character can be either dot or it can be space, anything. One extra character other than numeric is there also, it cannot be converted to int. It is going to throw the error. Only numeric is there, means it can be converted to int. So now this one can be converted? This entire string consists of other than numeric, any special character is there? No. It can be converted to int? Yes, this is possible. One special character is there also. That character might be space, that character might be comma, that character might be dot, anything. One character is there also. It is going to throw the error. Only numbers should be there to convert to int. Right. Next, s is equal to, already I have written now. Now, can I convert this one to float? Float of s. Yes, it is possible when only you are having one decimal dot. A string can be converted to float. Okay, write in the notes clearly. String can be converted to int only, condition apply, only string has numeric characters only. Numerical characters only. When string has numerical characters only. Other than numerical characters, anything is there, it will throw the error. Only numerical characters it will accept. Is the point is clear? Everyone? Now, similarly, a string can be converted to float. Only, again condition is applicable. Only string has numerical characters plus one decimal value. If you have two decimals also, it will throw the error. 3 dots are there also, it will throw the error. Only one dot should be there. In the entire numerical characters, only one dot is allowed. Then only it can be converted to float. Otherwise, it will throw the error. Sir, whatever you are writing, they are called as what? They are called as rules of Python. This is only syntax. Whatever we are writing here, point by point, these are all called as rules. Okay, string can be converted to int. Only string has numerical characters. Other than numerical characters, if one character extra is there also, it will throw the error. What error? Value error. Similarly, float also can be converted. Either only numerical characters should be there. Then also it can be converted to int. Then also it can be converted to float. That is not a problem. Along with this one dot is allowed. For whom? For float. For float it is accepted, but for int it is not accepted. Okay. Then how you can write in the notes? String can be converted to float if the string has only numerical characters, or second option, or if string has numerical characters plus one decimal. Either of these two. In these two cases, it can be converted to float. Only numerical characters. or with the numerical characters 1 decimal. Sir, other than numerical character, you are having something like one additional character. Yes, sir. Now, it cannot be converted to int. It cannot be converted to float also. It will throw the error for int. It will also throw the error for the float. Is the point is clear, guys? Everyone. Many students in the interview, they'll say, can a string can be converted to int? Means no. Because by default, what they'll practice means string means SIVA. And when they try to convert int of S, it will throw the error. Int of S, it will throw the error. It cannot be converted. So by default, they'll think this one. String means by default text only they'll think. It is not only the text. The string can consist of only numerical characters also within the quotes. Is the points are clear? Right, guys? Everyone, online students, see multiple examples we are practicing. Not with one or two. Almost we are in the cell number 69. Means 69 examples we have tried till now. Right? Now, next, coming to this, where 123.0 can be converted to int means no. It can be converted to float means yes. Now, it can be converted to bool? Bool of s. What is bool of s? True. Other than anything, other than empty string, anything is true only. Inside this, empty should not be there. One character is there now. That character is special character, numerical character, alpha, beta, this one or that one. It is not problem. One character is there or not there. One character is there means true. Now, what about the string of s? It is already in the string format. If you convert also, if you don't convert also, answer will be the same. Is the point is clear? Now, so we have tried like this. One with respect to without decimal, with decimal. Now we'll try with one more, which is having the English characters, Siva. And now let us try. First one is int of s. What about the int of s? Can it be converted as per the rule? Only string has numerical characters. Here only string has numerical characters or any other characters. Other characters are also there. So it will throw the error simply. Float. As per the float rule, float can be converted. As per the float, any string has to be converted to float means the string should consist of only numeric or along with the numeric one dot is accepted. Whether it is satisfying the conditions? No. So it is also going to throw the error. Float spelling is mistake, FLOAT. Right? Now, next one is bool. What about the bool of s? As per the bool condition, what is the requirement of bool means other than empty string? Here it is not empty string now. Some characters are there now. So what is the answer? True. So it is satisfying the bool condition. But it is not satisfying the int condition and float condition. Right? Now, let us try with last example. S is equal to Siva, not Siva, S123. Only S123. Now, tell me guys, if I convert to int, what is the answer? If I convert to int, what is the answer? Value error. If I convert to float, what is the answer? It is value error. If I convert to bool, what is the answer? True. If I convert this same thing to string, same. No difference. Is that clear now? Now, let's give the last example for functional programming. Balance one example. Let us try for the functional programming. 10 plus 10. Let us convert this one to float. Okay, let us convert this one to bool. Let us convert this one to string. And finally, after converting everything, let me store this one in the a is equal to. Now, how this Python will execute? First right side part or left side part? First right side part. Within the right side part, first 10 plus 10. What is the 10 plus 10? 20. After 10 plus 10, 20. 20. Now, float of 20. What is float of 20? 20.0. For 20.0 bool, what is the answer? True. Caps lock TRUE. For that, it will be converted to string. What is the answer? Quotes within the quotes TRUE. This will be stored in the A. Now, if you print the A value, what is the A value? If you see the A value, what is the A value? This is the A value. This example is for the functional programming. This is the same question was asked in the Microsoft exam. You'll say that it is a silly, but this is one of the important one. How, sir? Next concept is input concept. Asking the user to enter the value. Till now, we are entering the value. Now, we'll ask the user to enter the value. To understand that concept, first we have to understand the typecasting. Otherwise, there will be no use. Right? Now, some of the students is asking in the online question. What is the question is? Sir, eventually it will be string output, right? Then how it will be get 3 outputs? Why 3 outputs? 1 output only, na? This is only 1 output, right? Internally, I am explaining. First this one, followed by this one. Internally, what happens? I am explaining. But finally, it will give 1 output only. Over done. Okay, it is clear, right? Just I am explaining internally in the Python what happens. Done? Now, next. So this is example of, similarly, you can take one more example, 20.9. This you can convert to bool. And I'm going to take this one as int. This one I'm going to convert as string. This I'm going to convert as float finally. Now, what is the answer of this? 20.9 will be converted to bool. What is the answer of 20.9 to bool? True. Int of true. What is int of true? 1. What is string of 1? Inverted quotes of 1. Inverted quotes of 1 float. What is the answer? 1.0. Is the point is clear, everyone? Now, next, here let us try with the float 1.0. What is the answer? First, int of Shiva. What is the int of Shiva? Value error. Starting only, you are going to get the value error. See, it is saying that I can't convert Shiva into int only. So it is showing clearly inner bracket. Can you see the error also? It is showing clearly inner bracket is having the problem. Opening only, it is having the problem like this. Is the point is clear? So when you are having the multiple functions also, inner bracket is executed first. Right? Now, next, let us get into the next concept called as, so till now what are we have discussed, all these things you are having in the notes. For your practice purpose, I have uploaded within the core Python folder. There is one more PDF. The PDF name is called as 3 data types. That is the PDF name. Okay. And in these data types, you are having the all the things, including the typecasting. Just scroll down. One class after one class, just scroll down. Right? Now, as one of the student is asking here, what is the question he is asking is, Sir, as you told that in the first example of functional program, we'll get the output as float, sir. Which one? This example, as is told in first example of functional program, we will get the output as only for this example answer should be float. Go over then, according to you, right? So here the see, go over then in terms of you are saying that what are the final here, for example string is there, finally it has to be converted to string. Okay, if you want into terms of float means you have to convert finally into the float, then everything will be converted to float. For example, if I am having like this, finally you are going to get the float. Okay, so here what are the last one is that is going to be the final answer when everything is executed. When everything is executed, here I have written one point very clearly. When you try to convert, if conversion is possible, it will convert. Otherwise, it will throw the error. If conversion is not possible, everything is not compulsory to convert, right? It is going to throw the error in this way. Everyone is clear? That is next. And I have already uploaded the PDF called as datatypes.pdf. In this, it is available. In the core Python folder itself, it is available. With this is completed. Now let us move on to the next concept is called as input in Python. We have seen output in Python now input in Python. How to give the input. What is meant by input? Sir, till now whatever we are giving, everything is input only now. Now x is equal to 20, input only now. I am giving the x 20 value to the x. But it is not like this. Ask the user to enter any value and store that value in the x. Ask the user. How to ask the user means you have to write input function. Now, right side what is there? Input function is there. Left side what is there? X is there. Now, which one will be executed first? Right side part or left side part? Right side part. First input will be executed. What is input means? Asking the user to enter anything is called as input. So, you are going to get a rectangular box like this. Whatever you enter anything. Choice is yours. I am entering here Siva. Now, what is the x value it is going to store? Siva. Which Siva? String Siva. So now, if I take the x value, it is string Siva. And what is the type of x miss? It is string. Now, one more time, let us execute. Now, I am entering here 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, x is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what is the x value means? String 1, 2, 3, 4. String 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the type of x miss? Again, string only. By default, input function, whatever you write, it will take as strings only. By default, whatever you write inside this rectangular box, that value will be stored in the quotes. Simple. If you write 1, 2, 3, 4 also, if you write Siva also, if you write anything also, simply whatever you are writing, it will add the quotes and it will store. It will assume it is a string only. Sir, for example, I have entered the 125.4. Now, what it is going to store? X value will be stored as, the moment you execute, x value will be stored as 125.4 within the quotes. Now, what is the type of x? Though I have written here 125.4, what is the x miss? This is the one. What is the type of x? It is a string type. Okay. So, whatever you write, it will store as the string type. Now, a string has to be converted means what we have to do? Here I am going to write int of. Now, can you see the importance of functional programming? Now, first internal value will be executed, followed by that will be converted to int. Now, so here I am writing the 12. Now, first which bracket is executed now? First here code is there now. In this code, right side part or left side part? Right side part. Within the right side part, again which bracket? Inner bracket. That is input function. What is input function? Giving one rectangular box and asking the user to enter. Now I am entering what? 12. Now by default, what it is going to take? 12 means string of 12. String of 12 will be converted to int. Now what is the answer? 12. That 12 will be stored in the x. Now finally the value will be assigned to the x. In that way the Python will execute. Now what is the value of x means 12? What is the type of x means int type? Is the point is clear? To understand this concept, before to this you have to understand functional programming and along with the typecasting. Then you will understand this concept. Without learning that one, if you enter into the input function directly, you will not understand. That is the order of preparation, sequence of learning. Right? Now, so here, if I'm writing like this, Siva. Now, input function is working. The problem is not with the input function. Input function is Siva. Now, what is the answer of this one is int of, inside that string Siva. Input function was converted to string Siva. Int of string Siva, what is the answer? Error. So, simply it is going to throw the error. But it is going to store in the X error, na? No. Right side part was not executed now. If right side part is executed, it will store in the left. Right side only error is there. It will not store in the X. Now what is the X values are then? Previous X value, whatever is there, that one only. Okay. So X will be with the 12 only. Previous value, it will not have any difference. For example, if I write here, instead of X, Y I am writing. Now, what is the value of Y miss? It is going to store the error. No, it will not store anything in the Y. If you ask what is the Y means, simply what are the last Y value you are having, that Y value is showing. For example, let us use the X, Y instead of all these letters. Let us try with a different letter. Till now, which are the letter we have not used? V. Assume. Okay, I'm writing Siva. Now, what is inside the V? Whether V will store the value error? No. If I ask what is V, V is also not defined. Why V is not defined? Right side error is there now. That error can be stored in the V now. Errors will not be stored. Values only will be stored. I told you that only values will be assigned to the variables. Other than that, nothing. That point I asked you to write, right? Earlier in the notepad. Only values will be stored in the, only values can be assigned to the variables. Not errors will be assigned to the variables. Is the points are clear, guys? Everyone? Now, sir, I mean, every time it is going to be a problem now. First question is, sir, if you give an empty box like this, how the user will understand to enter? He may enter anything now. He may enter his name. He may enter age. He may enter experience. He may enter specialization. He may enter anything. He may enter simply something like this. Don't ask what is that. In a flow I am typing. Okay. Something he may enter like this. Now, the user should understand what they have to enter means you have to print clearly. So I'm writing here, enter your age. Now I'll write like this. Whatever I have written inside this input function, the same thing will be printed as it is before to the rectangular box. So that the user will understand what he has to enter. Okay, is the point is clear? Okay, now he has to enter the age. So I'm entering the age as 24. That is not my age, example purpose. 24 age, 14 years of experience is not possible. Example, right? So just an example, 24 I'm writing. Now here, enter your age, I'm writing as 24. Now, what is the V value? What is the V value? String 24. It is going to store as the string 24. Is the point is clear? Now, for example, here I have entered the 24.5. What is the V value? It is going to be string 24.5, not 24.5, string of 24.5. Right? What is the type of V miss? It is going to give the string type. Now, the user has to take automatically. Python has to take automatically. Accordingly, if I have entered int miss, it will take according to the int. If I have entered float miss, it has to take float. If I have entered the boolean miss, it has to take the boolean automatically. Then what I have to do means eval is a function. Eval means evaluate automatically. Now here I have entered the 24. Now what is this one? Int type. So now what V will be stored means int of 24. What is the type of vim is int type. Is the point is clear? Now, for example, here I am entering the 24.5. Now, what is v value? 24.5. What is the type of v value? Float. According to the value, it will store. Then we have to write the eval. No, sir. Clearly, it has to be converted to int only, miss. Write int. It has to be converted to float only, miss. Write float. If it has to be converted to bool only, miss. Write bool. No, it has to be converted according to the value, miss. Simply write eval. It will write according to that. Is the points are clear? This is input function in the Python. So input function, what are the value are writing in the rectangular box, it will be stored by default in the string data type. It is going to store in the string data type. Now, here I am writing the Siva. Now, it is going to throw the error. Why it is throwing the error? Because eval function should be applied only for non-strings. By default, it is going to take string only now. Input function by default string. Again, you are writing here, for example, I am writing here Siva. Now it is working. Now for string only, again, if you write not required, when you want to convert, only in that cases, use the eval function. If you are clearly know that it is not going to be converted, no need to use the eval function. So in which cases you are going to write the eval function means enter your age. Obviously, it is going to be number now. Number cannot be in the string format. So eval function. Enter your date of birth, year, or enter your age, date, something which are in the numbers, use the eval. For example, enter your name. Name can be 24 or name can be 12, something like this. No, right? Name obviously will be the text format. Which are the data is already in the text format. In that case, don't use the eval. In that case, don't go with the eval. Whenever you want to convert, only that. Sir, how I can know, sir? You are only going to write the program now. As per the requirement. Ask the user to enter the weight. Now, what is the program you have to write? Ask, question is this one. Ask user to enter their weight. This is the question. Now, for this question, what is the program we have to write? What is the code we have to write? Input of, ask the user to enter. So he is going to enter. What value he is going to enter? Weight. So clearly I'm writing here, enter your weight. He is going to write, enter your weight means he is going to enter. Now whatever he is going to enter, it will be in the text format or numerical format. How you can know? Common sense is there, na? According to that. When now we write the programs, according to the given question, we automatically knows whether they are going to enter the numeric or text. According to that, we are going to write. So since it is a numerical data, we are going to add the eval for this. And after that, we are going to store that one in the variable name is called as weight. Some variable name. You are going to assign the variable name, something like this. Now user is going to enter the weight. He is going to enter the weight as 60. And the value will be stored inside the weight. If you want to check print weight, what is inside the weight, you can check. At the same time, you also can check the type of weight. What is the type of weight? It is a int type because the user has entered. For example, the user has entered 60.25. Weight can be even decimals also, right? So now automatically it is going to take the float accordingly. Right? Now the user has to enter the weight in kgs, pounds, grams, how we can know? So clearly we'll write enter your weight in kgs. Then automatically he will read this sentence and he will enter the weight in the kgs. For example, I'm going to enter the weight as 65, something like this. Right? Now, if you don't mention the kgs, again, it can be even in the grams or pounds or anything. So we are going to write here. Some people will be there. Though we have enter your weight in kgs also, still some people will write 65. and it will throw the error in this case. Now, like this, when it is going to throw the error, instead of entering the numerical 65, when it is trying to enter the error, it has to leave one type of error called as exception that you will discuss in the programs, next concept. So, for example, let us take like this. There is a website called as BMI calculator. So, in the BMI calculator, so I'm opening here and it is going to calculate the BMI. It is asking the user to enter your height. Here, what is the number I have to enter? In feet. They have given clearly now. After reading this one also, my height is 5 feet. If I write like this, 5 feet, 10 inches, 10, and enter your weight in pounds, I'm entering the pounds as 60, something like this. If I click, it is going to throw something like this. Now, this is only called as exception. This concept is called as exceptional handling. That you'll understand in the later when you write the programs. Sir, as of now, what we are writing? We are writing the codes. What is the difference between a code and programs means? Codes means single line also can be there. Program means set of lines will be there. At least 3 to 4 lines or 2 lines will be there, minimum. As of now, we are writing only one line now. In every cell, one line only we are writing. Even we are not writing in a single set 2 lines also. One line we are executing and we are seeing the answer. One line executing and we are seeing the answer. Right? So when you write the programs, you'll get this kind of, so this is basically asking the user to enter the value. In the back end of this, what is there? Means input function is there. So I'm going to enter the 5 feet, 10 inches and weight in pounds, 130, and click on the compute and it is going to. Sir, how it is working, sir? I mean, you told that enter the weight, enter your height in feet. Input of enter your height in feet. The person will enter some value. It will store. Enter your height in inches. The value, you are going to enter the value. It is going to store. Enter your weight in pounds. It is going to store. After storing these 3 values, it is going to calculate. How it is going to calculate? This is only going to be your first assignment. Not now. Not now. Not now. Don't worry. Not now. When we enter into the programs. Okay. For any program, what we require first is ask the user to enter the values. So whenever we say that ask the user to enter the value means in your mind you have to get only one point called as input function. Input will ask the user to enter the values. So the heading is called as input. So I'm going to upload now 4th PDF. The PDF number 4 in the core Python is called as input function. Okay. So please practice whatever we have discussed in the today's class, everything. And we'll continue from here in the tomorrow's class. Right? If you are having any questions, you can ask. What are the questions you are having? Yeah. Online students and offline students who are having the questions, please ask. If no questions, you can leave. Other students, you can leave. No need to wait. You can leave. Having questions means please ask. No questions means wait. I mean leave. Everyone is clear, right? Concepts. Okay. So we have shared the recordings. So just you can go down and you can contact the admin. They are going to share you the recordings of the previous class. Just you can go through the previous class recordings. And this is a simple installation called as Anaconda. So Anaconda file. And how you have to install that Anaconda file also, there is a recording. And along with that, there is a PDF also, step-by-step procedure of PDF showing that one by one image. After once you click on the next, what you will get, again what you have to click, like that, everything will be detailed. so that you can collect the Google Drive access also from the admin. Yeah, admin only. Now only you can collect. He will give at the free of cost the recordings, but classroom access you will get only after paying the fees. Once fees was paid means you can get the class Google Drive now itself. In the Google Drive, entire notes will be uploaded. Please collect. Anything basic laptop is also sufficient. For example, if you are having, what is the configuration you are having? i3 with 4 GB RAM, assume sufficient, not required. And anything is not required additional to that. So instead of spending the time to upgrade on the laptop, spend the same money for learning any other course within the Python or related to data analytics. Upgrade yourself. It will be helpful. No need. Unnecessarily waste of money. Okay, once you join in the company, anyways, they'll only provide the laptop. Okay. Uchama. ఓకే, అది ఇండివిజువల్ మీద డిపెండ్ అయిద్దమ్మా. అది ఎప్పుడు కూడా ఒకరిని అడగకూడదు. నువ్వు అడక్కు. నా సజెషన్ అయితే అడక్కు. నీకు ఎన్ని కోర్సెస్ నీ మైండ్లో ఉన్నా, నీ కజిన్స్ ఆ కోర్స్ చెప్పినా, ఈ కోర్స్ చెప్పినా, నీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఒక కోర్స్ చెప్పినా, నీ రూమ్మేట్స్ ఒక కోర్స్ చెప్తారు, హాస్టల్ మేట్స్ ఒకటి చెప్తారు. ఇక్కడికి రాగానే బయట రూమ్ వరకు ఒక కోర్స్ అనుకుని వస్తాం, లోపల వెళ్ళాక ఆ డిస్కషన్లో వాళ్ళు మార్చేస్తారు. ఇవన్నీ కూడా డెమో విని వాళ్ళు చెప్తుంది అర్థం చేసుకొని మనకు వాళ్ళు చెప్తున్న కాన్సెప్ట్స్ ఏదైతే ఉన్నాయో అది నాకు అర్థమవుతుందా లేదా కావాలి. ఇప్పుడు నేను కూడా ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ సింపుల్గా నీకు చెప్తాను, దాన్ని బట్టి నువ్వే అర్థం చేసుకో. నేను నాన్ ఐటీ నుంచి ఐటీకి షిఫ్ట్ అవుతున్నా. నేను బేసికల్గా నాన్ ఐటీ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ నాది. ఓకే, నాన్ ఐటీ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ నాది. నేను నాన్ ఐటీ నుంచి ఐటీలోకి రావాలి. ఐటీలోకి వచ్చేటప్పుడు జనరల్గా ఏం చేస్తాం, మనం కామన్గా ఫ్రెండ్స్ని అడుగుతాం, అరే ఏం నేర్చుకోమంటావు అని అడుగుతాం. చెప్పాడు, ఏం చెప్పాడు మా ఫ్రెండ్, జావా నేర్చుకోరా బాగుంటుంది, నేను ప్రస్తుతానికి జావాలోనే ఉన్నా, నువ్వు నేర్చుకుని వస్తే నేను హైర్ చేసేసుకుంటా అన్నాడు. వెళ్ళి కూర్చున్నా. ఆయన చెప్పేది ఆయన తప్ప నాకేం అర్థం కావట్లా. ఏం చేయమంటావు? బలవంతం తోయమంటావా? నువ్వు చెప్పు, ఏం చేయాలి ఈ సిచ్యువేషన్, ఏం చేయమంటావు? మా వాడికి చెప్పా, అరే ఆయన చెప్పింది నాకు అర్థం కాలేదు అన్న. అర్థం కావట్లేదురా జావా అర్థం కావట్లేదు అన్న. అరే మేబీ ట్రైనర్ చెప్పేది అర్థం కాకపోవచ్చు, వేరే ట్రైనర్ ట్రై చేయపోయావా అన్నాడు. వెళ్ళా, ఇంకో ట్రైనర్ ట్రై చేస్తా, ఎందుకంటే ఇది నా కెరియర్ కదా. కెరియర్ నాదా పక్కింటోడిదా? నాదే కదా. నా కెరియర్ అయినప్పుడు నా మీద నేను ఎక్కువ టైం స్పెండ్ చేయాలి కదా. ఒక ట్రైనర్ కాబట్టి ఇంకో ట్రైనర్, ఇంకో ట్రైనర్ కాబట్టి ఇంకో ట్రైనర్. అసలు ఈ కోర్స్ మంచిది అనుకో, ట్రైనర్ మంచోడు కాబట్టి ఇంకోటి చెప్తాం. అసలు కోర్సే అర్థం కావట్లేదు అనుకో, ఏ ట్రైనర్ అయితే ఏం చేస్తాం? సింపుల్ అది. ఎప్పుడు కూడా కోర్స్ని, ట్రైనర్ని నువ్వు నువ్వు నీకు అర్థమయ్యేట్టుగా ఉందా లేదు చూసుకోవాలి తప్ప పక్కన నడకూడదు. ఎందుకంటే మనకి అర్థం కాని సబ్జెక్ట్ని ఫోర్స్ఫుల్గా బ్రెయిన్లోకి తోస్తే తర్వాత పక్కనోడు, ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు ఇదంతా, ఇప్పుడు నేను డేటా అనలిటిక్స్ బాగుంటుంది అంట, నేను మంచిగా మోటివేట్ చేశా, నువ్వు ఫిక్స్ అయిపోయావు, ఇదే బాగుంది, ఇదే కోర్స్ మంచిది, ఇది మంచిది అని చెప్పి ఫిక్స్ అయిపోయావు. రూమ్కి వెళ్ళావు, మీ వాడు ఒకటే మాటలో అరే డేటా అనలిటిక్స్ ఫ్రెషర్స్ జాబ్ లేదు కదా అన్నాడు అనుకో. అవునారా సార్ ఏమో అనేసారా, సారీ ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయమంటావురా, మానేయమంటావా, వేరే కోర్స్ చెప్పవా, ఏ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ బాగుంది అంటే. అదే నాకు కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ వచ్చింది అనుకో, ఇదే సోది మా ఫ్రెండ్ నాకు క్లాస్ రూమ్లో చెప్పాడు అనుకో, అరే క్లాస్లో అదే రూమ్కి వెళ్ళాక అరే డేటా అనలిటిక్స్ ఫ్రెష్గా జాబ్ లేదంట కదా అంటే, ఏమో నీకు లేదా నాకైతే ఉంది, నాకు ఐడియా ఉంది ఫ్రెషర్స్ జాబ్స్ ఉన్నాయా లేదా నాకు ఐడియా ఉంది, నేను అంత ఆల్రెడీ రీసెర్చ్ చేసుకున్నాను, నమ్మకం నాకుంది, నేను చేస్తే 100% నాకు నమ్మకం ఉందని నమ్మకంతో చేసామనుకో పని అయిపోద్ది. మనకి ఎంత నమ్మకం ఉండి ఆడ ఒక చిన్న బొక్క పెట్టగానే పేలిపోయేటైతే ఏం చేసుకోవడానికి? నువ్వు పేలిపోయే టైపో పేలిపోను కానివో నాకు తెలియదుగా, నేనైతే పేలను, మరి నువ్వేంటిదని నాకు తెలియదు. అది అందరూ అలా ఉండరు కదా, అందరూ ఒకటే క్యారెక్టర్ అవ్వదు కదా, వరల్డ్ మొత్తం ప్రతి ఒక్క మనిషి అలా ఒకటే క్యారెక్టర్ ఉంటుందా? అది మనిషి మనిషి మారిద్ది. ఇప్పుడు నేను అదే రూమ్మేట్కి నేను వెళ్తే వాడు నాకేమైనా చెప్పాడు అనుకో, ఇంతే మాట అంట, నీకు లేదేమో డేటా అనలిటిక్స్లో ఫ్రెషర్స్ జాబ్, నాకున్నాయి. ఎందుకంటే డేటా అనలిటిక్స్లో ప్రతి ఒక్కడు కోర్స్ ఫీజు జాయిన్ అయిపోయి ఒక కాలేజ్ కోర్స్ కంప్లీషన్ సర్టిఫికేట్ తీసుకొని నాకు జాబ్ కావాలనుకుని పొలవమని బయటకు వస్తే ఎవరికి జాబ్లు ఉండవు. నాలెడ్జ్ పెట్టుకుంటే ఖచ్చితంగా నాకు జాబ్ వస్తుంది, నాలెడ్జ్ లేకపోతే అడుక్కోవాల్సి వస్తుంది అని చెప్పి నేను చెప్తాను మా ఫ్రెండ్కి. నేనైతే అంతేకాని అవునారా ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయమంటావు, ఏ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్కి వెళ్ళమంటావు, ఏ ట్రైనర్ తీసుకోమంటావు, వాడు నా కెరీర్ డిసైడ్ చేయడానికి ఆడవాడు. రేపు వాడు చెప్పాడు, ఆడు చెప్పింది అవ్వాలా, పోయింది. ఇప్పుడు నాకు నేను పోగొట్టుకున్నట్టు అయిద్దా, వాడు పోగొట్టుకున్నట్టు అయిద్దా నా జీవితాన్ని? నా జీవితాన్ని తీసుకెళ్ళి ఆడి చేతిలో పెట్టి దారా బాబు చెడగొట్టరా అని చెప్పాలి నేను వెళ్ళి? కాదు కదా. సింపుల్ అమ్మా, నేను అదే చెప్తున్నా, ఇంత క్లియర్ గా చెప్పాంగా. మనిషికి అది ఇండివిజువల్ గా ఉంటుంది. నువ్వు నన్ను అడిగితే మాత్రం ఇదే చెప్తా. ఎందుకు రాదు? ల్యాప్టాప్ రేపు మార్నింగ్ తీసుకురండి, వచ్చి ల్యాబ్ లో చూపించండి మెంటర్కి. జస్ట్ బ్రింగ్ ద ల్యాప్టాప్ టుమారో మార్నింగ్. Sapna, you will get the task from tomorrow. Tomorrow is the task. From tomorrow. From tomorrow onwards, every class you will get the task. The basic things will be completed. Just we'll move on to the something from tomorrow. These are all the basic to basic within the Python till today. From tomorrow, everything. Right, guys?